Good day, Sven the Slayer here once again, and welcome back to StarMade on the Star Squadron server. So, it's been quite a while since I've been on here. I've actually been playing as much StarMade as I can manage. I'm still having quite a bit of build ADD where I cannot focus on a single project. But I finally got some assets put together where I want to spawn them on the server here. And I'm getting some pretty bad frames. Yeah, I want to get away from this station. You'll notice I didn't have a RP bit in the beginning there. And that's because when I load up Ghosts, I'm getting 3 FPS, and that's just unworkable. So we're gonna finally break away from the Squadron station here. I guess one thing I want to do is kind of make payments, so we're going to go to Cargo. And this is the measly amount of supplies I gathered from my mining trip. Let's just dump all that stuff in there. The MPV ship proved to be not as effective as I'd hoped. So she's already seen a refit. So first thing I want to do is get the refit installed or spawned in. Whatever. So let's just head out here. Oh, it's an airlock. I actually have to use the airlock. There we go. I think these should have better airlocks installed. I added an extra half a second to all my airlocks so the doors open just a little bit longer. That should apply to every single one of my ships. Yeah, for the most part, it's the same. I'll go over the differences as soon as I get up to the shipyard, and basically just going to tell this one to repair into the new ship. I already have it all set up, and I've already gathered the materials and whatnot for the assets, the new assets I want to spawn in. Oh yeah, that will also eat the little miner here and the junk the junk salvager. It's funny, my naming convention. So I finally actually named instead of just calling it cheap salvage pod, it got the name UCS SX, which stands for salvage, and it's standalone salvage. So if it's just a straight weapon, it gets an X. So SX, it sucks. It's garbage. It took me forever to mine through some asteroids, so I definitely went ahead and looked into the upgraded version of that. One other thing that was really bugging me about this ship, once again I'll go over once I get the new one in. Oh. I never use automatic airlocks, but for some reason I'm confusing myself thinking I have automatic airlocks, which I don't. I never use automatic doors, except in very limited circumstances will I actually use a automatic door, like mess halls and stuff, like really common areas get automatic doors. Everything else is manual. So I don't know why I'm forgetting my own why am I up here? That's weird. The building code, standard building practices, whatever. Fleet doctrine, I guess, is the... Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I still need to get a lot of more practice back in recording and playing and talking. One thing I noticed about the Squadron home base here is, for some reason, our anti-personnel turrets have become undocked and are now shot to hell. I don't know how that happened. I blame Curso, though. Of course, I haven't got any gravity, but we want to go over here. And place order, repair from design, and we want to repair it to the UCS EMU. I don't want to pay crap. So now it should break down the prototype and repair it to its almost production model. Now, first thing you'll note is I gave it a darker paint job. So I replaced all the light gray with dark gray and all the dark gray with black. Do I not have enough parts to do that? And I realize I'm saying a lot. It's just... yeah, apparently I don't have a lot of crap for this. Yeah, so I guess I'll probably... It's fairly cheap, so I just have to go to... I think that really... 10. Change production. Dark gray hull. Thanks to the new crafting system, we don't actually have to build all the different shapes and stuff, which is really, really nice. That's weird that we don't have enough raw materials in here, but it's a very cheap ship, so I don't think anybody will mind if I actually gather up some resources from the stockpile here. Okay. That seems to be frozen. You see that? Shouldn't that be moving? Or no, that's the... no, no block pulling. What the heck? Block pulling's turned off. That makes sense. That was weird. Okay, I guess. I am really rusty. I've been playing nothing but creative. Anyway, so there we go. There's the Emu class. I gave it a... It's... Because it's an MPV and not a freighter or a fighter, I really didn't have a naming convention for it. My stone gravityous item. So I just kind of had to come up with something. So usually freighters are named after beasts of burden. Like I have a llama. I can't think of any names of the ship. I have a mule, stuff like that. So I kind of went in between bird and kind of like a pack carrying animal the best I could. So I called it an emu. Whatever. So right here, notice the first change to the system is my new airlocks now have flavor text, so that indicates that the airlock is pressurized at 1010 bars. I guess that's close to standard atmospheric pressure that we are used to here on Earth. I believe, if I'm wrong, feel free to point that out. And then once you hit the button to cycle it, it'll say that it is cycling. Stand by, decompressed. You see the doors are open just a little bit longer, I believe. Could be crazy. Same thing on the inside. It's decompressed. It's also indicated by red light, of course. Automatic gravity still the same. And then once you hit this, it goes to cycling again. And we are allowed to enter. Enter. Okay, I didn't see the door open automatically. That's weird. So once again, nominal pressure, has indicators on all sides. Now, first thing I needed to add was the drone recovery mode option to actually have a physical button inside the ship, because the DRM. I think it's funny that its acronym comes to DRM. So I actually have to turn off the DRM before the airlocks will work. It was kind of like a shortcut, but I don't really feel like changing it. For the ship to be able to pick up drones and pods and whatnot, I had to disable the other pickup points to get this one to be active so it doesn't accidentally dock things to here and here, which I've had happen. So the easiest way to do that was to just lock down the airlocks, And one other feature of the airlocks is once you actually turn that on, the airlocks are locked down, it'll actually tell you that the airlock is locked down. Everything else is the same on the interior a little bit. I've just about doubled the storage capacity on the ship. Before it was like 5.5 and now it's up to 10K. Or 5,500 or whatever the heck it was. So that's a lot better. I had to make several trips back to the station just to unload while trying to clear out a single sector of asteroids so it would be able to respawn. Interior should be exactly the same. Fixed a couple bugs here and there. Designation MPV1. Oh, right, it kept the name. I guess that's normal. Other couple things that changed. Oh, I was already in the core. So I refit the power, gave it 18,000 more power, I think. I was having trouble with the radar jammer before. Oh, all that stuff's screwed up. I hate that. So now it can actually use its radar jammer. Before it wasn't able to really do anything with the radar jammer. So let's just get this off. And we want to find a home. Everything else is the same other than the power, so I guess it has less shields as a side effect of having to add more power blocks. But it's not a combat ship, so the shield capacity really doesn't matter that much. It just means it's a cheaper ship overall. So we want to claim some space, and I'm thinking of... I don't know what's in there, but we see what's here. So let's just jump to here somewhere, possibly up in this asteroid belt. Let's just head to the asteroid belt. Be like right there. Okay, I'm not even going to bother demonstrating how ineffective the cheap salvage pod was. I'm not using the right. Jump drive. I am using the right. Nope. It's 813. Wait, how many? How is it 813? There's not 813 slots. Yeah, this is the faster jump drive. That one I was charging is the one module large emergency jump drive. So, yeah, that would have been annoying. So a lot of... Are those all our... Yeah, for some reason our turrets seem to have fallen off. I don't get that. I guess I have to get Top in here to investigate that. Are we jumping? Are we... Jump? Nope. I charged the thing and hit jump, but it just reset and didn't jump me. Okay, I guess it was lag. I didn't hold the button down long enough. It was a client disconnect issue. Wait, am I? Oh, yay, now I'm in the radius of the sun! Oh. But at least we got like 60 seconds to get out now. Yeah, they really need to do something with that. We set it up to that you get 60 seconds to get out of the sun, which on any standard jump drive should be enough. Even with the single module, it still should charge in like 45 seconds. So here we are, Ramet and Surtees. I just want to spawn the thing somewhere. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so first of all, let's kind of get ourselves in the center. So F11 doesn't work anymore. That was one method I used to determine if I was in the center. I'll just hit C and line myself up with one of the sectors. Go to free cam. Yeah, we're 13 away from that one. 13. Yeah, so we want to be like 13.9, 13.8. Yeah, so we want to be about 13 from that sector. Up and down. Yep. We're about center. We just have to move ourselves back a little bit. It's fine if we're a little bit further back because the station will spawn in front of us, but we want it to be as central to us as possible. We went way too far. Let's go to about 14. No, we don't want to go that way. We want to go... There we go. There we go. Let's stop here. So now we'll go into our inventory, find the things that aren't named properly. That's a salvage pod. That's the SB salvage pod. That's way better. Salvage pod and micro outpost. So this is our first outpost. She is absolutely tiny. But we now have a home that is not the squadron home base, as long as nobody decides to be attack me, because come on, this thing's smaller than my emu here. But it gives us a place that isn't squadron home base. To already have 80 FPS. Yeah, that's much better than hanging out at the squadron home base. So they're compatible airlocks, all the auto compress feature, which I really like, makes the airlocks just kind of pass right through, so you can go from one to the other. So this is my new station. This is the micro outpost. It's the smallest station that I've produced so far. I've made 3 stations so far. I've made a small factory, the micro outpost, and a small shipyard. Both of those are the small shipyard and the small factory are still they're not 100% finished, but they're very close. But I didn't want to take too many resources before starting off on my own. So I decided to build an outpost, and this is what I came up with. So it just has a 1 in 10 factory, 1 of each, and a capsule refinery, which only does like 200 at a time or something like that. And some cargo. It's only 16k cargo, so it's not even much more than my emu there. Downstairs it has a very small living quarters, so a bed for me and Ghost, a shower, slash there the are you not working? Connection problems, yay! What else is new? Sink, stove, a couple boxes, very sparse living quarters. Obviously using grates as a ladder. I've been using grates on the edges of my beds, but if I did that, you wouldn't be able to walk here. Maybe I'll fix that once the hitbox is fixed, or it doesn't really matter too much. Maybe I'll show off the other stations, or just wait till because right now the goal is to start salvaging and basically start gathering resources to craft the next station, which is the I don't know, maybe I'll go straight for the shipyard, but making the shipyard with such a small crafting ability might be a little more tedious than just going for the station. So another thing we got now is I gave myself 2 salvage pods. These pods are significantly better than the cheap salvage pods. Oh, cannot spawn. Okay. So we want to Open port. Port power, starboard power, eject port, drone recovery mode, open starboard, what else is there? Port, starboard power, or no, eject starboard. There we go, that's all we need. So now we can open the port side, not just open them both. So this docking camera should be the same, just have to basically line up there, and oh, we need to turn on drone recovery mode. And there we go. Spawn the next one in. And I fixed the auto dock, the auto door shut system that was slightly not working, I think, the last episode. And grab this guy. And turn drone recovery off, because I don't need that anymore. So these are quite a bit longer than the cheap pod. This is exactly the same, but these are continuous. If you looked at the name, they were SB, so they're salvage beams. They're actually continuous beams. And next, if anybody remembers, knows that they have to be connected to the logic, which this ship was designed to do fairly easily. Come over here, C, V, done. If it was like missiles or something, I'd probably have feedback, but I don't have a missile pod. C, V. So normally I'd have to do C and V back, but these have no feedback, so it doesn't matter. So now we have that taken care of. Now these, in the standard testing, these have proven to be significantly more, distance is pretty long. Yeah, these pods are significantly more capable than the cheap, and it's not just because they're longer, because they're not that much longer, and I think each beam, salvage beam, is only like 3, but to get the continuous effect I needed a system that was, it's basically 5 computers, so there's 5 salvage computers and 5 beam computers, which is, and all the beam modules, which makes it significantly more expensive. But the range on them is going to be significantly better. Are you working? Are you not working? That's on. Those are on. Huh. Maybe they're just not rendering. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, these things were able to just chew straight through a rock without any issue, while I did a head-to-head test. Like the cheap version barely put a dent in the rock, and the salvage beam, damage beam versions were just chewing right through it. Don't hit it, 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 don't hit it. Or maybe it's not working because I'm actually disconnected at this point. That would not surprise me. Our server is still very unstable, even with the addition of... well, getting... there we go! So yeah, that is significantly faster, and their continuous beams, they flicker a little bit. Probably just due to lag or rendering issues. I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough draw beams on. But it'll make mining much, much more leisurely, less grindy. Make sure this is working right. That doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Oh, maybe it's got some bugs to work out yet. Let's look into that. at least these pods actually have some storage capacity on their own. The cheap one originally did not. I don't know why that's not pulling. Maybe their computers are on? I don't know. One thing I do realize, I just didn't take control of this sector yet. But I'll do that once I get back. Yeah, it's my new salvaging setup. Should get me. Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know why. See, this isn't pulling. So there's a broken link between somewhere between the storage block and the storage block on the other end of the chain. Yeah, I guess I'll go offline to fix that. I'm quite happy with the way this ship has turned out so far, at least on the second refit. Or the first refit? Yeah, first refit, the second version. I really enjoy the darker paint job more than having it be light gray. I'm starting to convert more of my civilian ships from light gray to dark gray. It just looks nicer overall. The ship actually looks pretty cool with two high-powered salvage beams on them. Those actually look pretty cool. Yeah, that'll be about it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry there was no ghost bit. Maybe now that I have the outposts, I can do the bit I was planning on just for the next episode or whatever. My schedule at work will probably be changing once again soon. So that should actually give me more time. I should be going down to 40 hours a week instead of 50 hours a week, so hopefully I'll be able to get on and do more. I do enjoy just being able to sit back and mine, so now that I actually have a not atrocious mining ship, I might be able to throw on YouTube, hop on, gather up some resources, and start working towards getting a better setup. Still working on a lot of assets offline. I really like the direction my stations are now going. I was not quite. I was stuck on the fact that the station I had last season, I just had no idea where to go with it. So hopefully I'll be able to revisit that in the future and actually finish that one, and then go back and finish the shop I started building very long time ago that nobody's actually ever seen. But yeah, once again, Sven the Slayer here. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode.